Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rohit. I'm with Talisma. And this is a very, closer to the mic. Yeah. Is this better? Am I audible now? Thank you to ObserveNow, and thank you to all the esteemed delegates for this opportunity to speak to you. Okay. So I'm going to talk about something that has been touched upon across various forums, various speakers, and of course the opening inaugural session, which is about how do you merge the pedagogy, how do you merge skills, and how do you make students employable, right? And what we are seeing now is a paradigm shift in the industry, and I think Dr. Sudhakar Rao, one of the titans of academics from ICFI, correctly mentioned that in order to be Viksit Bharat, we have to look at how do we get to a 60 to 70% gross enrollment ratio, right? Now, that poses two problems. How do you have the existing infrastructure, which supports 37% GER, move to 70%? And one of the answers for that is that you need to move to a model where you have learning that is available online. It is location agnostic, it is device agnostic. Anybody sitting anywhere can take a degree from any university through learning management systems. But there's a second problem that comes with it. Today we have about 30 or 40 million students graduating every year from higher education courses. And that would probably move to 70 to 80 million if you were to hit that GER target, which means that we have 70 million students graduating every year who need 70 million jobs. And that's our biggest problem today of how do you get, on one side industry saying, I don't have people to hire because they don't have the right skills. On the other side, students saying, there's just no jobs openings because when I go for an interview, they tell me that I'm not a match for the job, right? And our goal is to bridge that gap. And a brief introduction on Talisma, who we are. We've been in the Indian market for about 20 plus years. We were a part of Anthology, which is Blackboard Learn, and now we're a separate entity, and our goal is to solve problems in the education sector. We work with a number of partners. We have about 5 million students across 5,000 universities that we work with across the globe over the last 20 years. And our goal is to solve three problems. How do we improve student intake, which is quality and quantity? How do we ensure academic excellence? And then the most important, which is how do we enhance the employability of these students? If you look at the journey that a student goes through in any of your institutions, the first is you want to get the right students. You want to get the right students for the right programs that you offer. You obviously want to get as high quality students as you can, right? And you want to make sure that they're right fit. They truly aspire to learn the courses that they're taking. I think, again, I'll quote Dr. Sudhakar Rao. He mentioned that sometimes learning is just for opening your mind. It's not for saying, how do I use this quadratic equation in the real world, right? And then you have, how do you ensure that what you're delivering to the students, both in terms of content, in terms of pedagogy, is something that interests them, it's something that excites them, it's something that holds their interest. And I think we'll all agree with this, that if you lose the interest of the audience in the first 10 minutes, if the students are not interested, the remaining 50 minutes of the lecture, they're not going to pay attention. So how do you create, especially in a world where you're going to deliver content through online mechanisms where the student is learning at their own pace or through a Google Meet call or through a Teams call, how do you ensure that you're keeping your interest alive, right? And we have tools for all of this, which I'll touch upon, but I'm going to focus mainly on employability. Today, we have a problem where, depending on what report you look at, there are between 60 and 5 crore jobs that are available in the market today. We have built models using scraping data from the internet, using AI-empowered tools for large learning models to basically understand what this job market looks like. And I think the most important aspect of it is not how many jobs are there and what course do you need to take for it, but truly what skills do you need in order to get that job, right? And there is one skill, which is, a side note, that every single job in the market demands, which is Excel, which is not a formal course. I don't think, I'm happy to be corrected, but it's not a formal course in any university. You can take multiple courses. Coursera was here, they spoke about it. You can take a course from Coursera. But our goal is to identify what are those skills that the industry is demanding. But that's the easy part, right? We have the ability to do that using large learning models. We've built that. We're working with the universities in India to do that. But the other side of the equation is, how do you identify what skills a student is earning through their degree courses? And we took a very simple example of BCom, right, which is a very prevalent course, Bachelor's of Commerce, and it's fairly wide-ranging. And the data that we have is that there are about 11 lakh, odd 11.5 lakh students who graduate every year with a BCom degree. On the other side, from the data that we have collated, there are about 10 lakh job openings. There are about 1 lakh roles, and some of those have multiple openings. There are about 10 lakh job openings. Now the question is, if you have 11 lakh graduates for 10 lakh jobs, but both industry and students are complaining that the other side does not have what they need, it all comes down to skills. And I think this has been debated with great vigor in the panels as well. And we are launching a product called Talisma Jivika. Jivika means livelihood in Sanskrit, and this is what we're trying to create. We're trying to create pathways for students to do what they want to do. We are basically looking at what students are learning as a part of the courses that your universities offer, mapping those skills, and then understanding what are the delta between the skills they're earning as a part of these courses and what the industry is demanding. And you'll be surprised, the delta is not very wide. I think there is always a feeling that we have to do something revolutionary in the Indian education system, but I think we have to give credit where it is due. The system does work. It does the basic job very, very well. It's that 20% delta is what we need to fill. And the way that we're going to do this is basically look at those skill gaps and then create personalized pathways for every student to say that if you want to be a graphic designer and you're taking a BA course, go learn these tools. Take a course from Coursera, from Upgrad, or university can offer their own courses. Go take these 5 courses and then you're ready to go be in the job market and be productive from day one, rather than joining an organization as an intern or joining as somebody who then the organization says, I'm going to train you for 6 months. Right? I'm from Bangalore, and we have a facility in Mysore, which is by Infosys, and that facility is primarily to just hire people and then go retrain them in doing software development and all the other activities that Infosys does. And that's a 1-year period that a student or an employee is being paid for by the company, but they're not productive, right? And that's what we need to fix in order to ensure that they're productive from day one. We're very excited about this. We have a fully functional product. We have mapped the job market data. Now we're working with universities to identify what programs we offer. And it's very interesting because we're working with about 5 or 6 universities over the last 3 months. A BCom course in University 1 and the skills that you earn from it is very different from a BCom course in University 2 and the skills you earn from it. It's an idiosyncrasy of our Indian education system, and it's something that we need to work with. So we work with your institution to identify what programs and skills that you offer. We have AI-powered tools, we have large learning models, and we are ensuring that it basically is aligned to what you are offering as an institution, and then telling the gap that a student needs in order to be able to do this, right? This also helps a student if they have this information when they're applying to join the university. It's one thing to tell a student when they're graduating and it's placement time to say, here are the skills that you need, but that doesn't help them, because how do you get 10 skills in a matter of 6 months? When a student joins your university using our tools, they will get a score in terms of saying, this is what you're going to be doing as a degree, this is your aspiration, this is what you want to learn, this is what you want to do, here are the skills that you need to earn at various points of time across your 2-year course or a 3-year course or a 4-year course, depending on what you've learned as a prerequisite or as a core requisite. And this forms a part of a larger portfolio of products. We are partnered with Blackboard Learn, which provides a learning management solution to deliver your content. My learned colleague, Dr. Maheshwari, spoke about all the features that D2L offers. We do all of that, and of course I'll say this and he'll counter this by saying we do it better, but we offer all those features. He saved me about 5 minutes there. Thank you, Dr. Maheshwari. But then we also have an ability to serve up the courses that the students need in order to be job ready. We'd love to talk more about how we can work with each of your institutions. I'm going to be right here in the hall outside or here, and I'd love to speak to each of your institutions and see how we can work together and bring this forward. My contact information is also here. Some of our customers on the previous slide, we have about 50 customers across India, about 6,000 clients across the world that are using our products, our portfolio of products. But please do reach out. We'd love to talk to all of you and see how we can work with your university. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.